This is a real thing. In the North and South Korean demilitarized zone, North Korea built a paradise-like village, also known as Haping Village. From a distance, the high-rise buildings here are brightly colored, very neat, and the infrastructure is very complete. After the Korean War in 1953, the Korean peninsula was divided into two, but the people on the north and south side still hoped for unification one day, just like East and West Germany at that time. It was not until 1990 that Germany achieved unification. Haping Village is one of the two villages allowed to be preserved in the demilitarized zone. Later, the two sides formed completely different appearances. Many North Koreans defected to South Korea during this period. Because it is close to the border, it is easy for South Korea to see here, so it has slowly become a propaganda display of North Korea. Later, they began to renovate the village as a whole. North Korean officials say that there is a collective farm where people live and work in peace. 200 families lived here at that time. The village also has a kindergarten, a primary school, and a middle school, as well as a hospital. It looks like a paradise, and people are busy with their own work. The most conspicuous thing here is a 160-meter-high flagpole, which was built in the 1980s and has a main pattern on it. Until 2010, he was the tallest flagpole. It is said that it was because a large flagpole was built in the South Korean village opposite at that time, and North Korea immediately built a flagpole taller than it. At night, it becomes brightly lit and looks very prosperous and beautiful. But when someone took a telescope to look at it, they found that these buildings had no windows and no rooms inside. It was an empty building shell, which showed that people lived inside in various ways. During the day, the street would be full of busy people, but in fact, these were deliberately acting actors. Although North Koreans call him Peace Village, South Koreans call him propaganda. After the unification of East and West Germany, North Korea also believed in the non-confrontal confrontation with the South, and began to appear loudspeakers in the non-military area. The loudspeakers of the two countries were shouting at the opposite side, so that the other party's people could see that North Korea's loudspeakers mainly shouted how hard it was here. That is, later, as more and more people knew the truth, it gradually became a place for tourists to check in, and it directly turned into a 5A level scenic spot in North Korea.